It's Amanda again. Um, I thought I would talk about working with diabetes. This I haven't seen many videos on. Um, Probably because it's not a big deal for most jobs. Most jobs it's just like whatever. You have diabetes. It's kind of just great. You can take the time off to kind of go deal with that. Um, but for certain jobs, it's a big deal. I'm a certified EMT and I'm also a certified lifeguard, and I work in both fields. With EMT, it's not so bad. I mean, snagging the pump on things, yeah, that's annoying. Snagging tubing on things, yeah, that's annoying. But mine's waterproof and weatherproof, so it's really not that big of a deal. Um, Taking time out to test my sugar, that sometimes can be hard. But people dealing with it, it's not really a big deal because you don't work with a lot of people. Um, and I'm pretty controlled, so my partners really don't seem to worry that much. Working as a lifeguard and aquatic instructor, on the other hand, seems to be a bigger deal. Um, right after I was diagnosed, I think a year after I was diagnosed, so about 2 years ago, um, I worked at a summer camp. I won't say which one, but I worked at a summer camp, and the director had no idea about diabetes. I had a critical high during pre-camp, which is the time before the campers come, kind of like training week, and I just needed to get some insulin. I wasn't on the pump yet. I was still on shots, so I just needed to get my insulin shot, which I hadn't carried with me because we weren't allowed to carry needles. Um, so all I said to one of my coworkers was I need to go get insulin, and we are kind of out in the middle of the woods, so they went kind of nuts about it, um, which shouldn't have happened. All I needed to do was go get my insulin. And from then on, I was told straight to my face that I was not going to be trusted. Um, Actually, the aquatic instructor, because I was on the aquatic team, um, straight up said, "I don't trust you," um, because I was diabetic, which is weird because apparently she didn't know very much about diabetes. Um, that camp, people were sent on trips or 2 trips, and I was sent on no trips. I was once allowed to stay out of main camp, um, which I had no problem with. I loved staying out of main camp. Um, I did fine, and they kept me in main camp for the rest of the summer, just to make sure I was close enough to the med shed, um, which was quite annoying because I'm just like everyone else. I can deal, um, but it's just weird to know that people don't know enough about diabetes to deal with it, and let you deal with it and treat you just like everyone else. Um, but the camp I'm working at this summer, um, I'm going pretty much across the country this way, so I'm going down. Um, is very supportive on diabetes. They seem to really understand what's going on. Um, they hire a lot of people with diabetes, so it doesn't seem so much of a problem. They were just like, "Oh, you have diabetes, no big deal. Um, you're on a pump, great. So what?" Kind of okay, because my big deal was I don't want to be treated like that again. Um, so if you had a problem, I don't want to be hired by you again, by your camp. Um, I had lots of offers, so I just wanted to be at a summer camp setting. I love camp. Um, I loved the camp I worked at before, even if people did judge me for having diabetes. Um, but sometimes you just have to like forget what other people say because some people just don't understand, and this certain person, the director, kind of at this other camp. It took her all summer to kind of understand what was going on, and then at the end of summer was like, "Oh, I'm really sorry for the way I treated you." And it was like, ugh, it's kind of too late now. It's kind of sad. Um, but this new one just seems like, oh, okay, and that's exactly what I want. I want that. I wish every person with diabetes could be treated like that. Like, oh, it's just part of life. Like, you can deal with it. Um, so that was what this video was about. Was I guess I was doing some paperwork and like doing some planning, and I was like really thinking about it. Um, about how people are treated. If anyone else has been treated weirdly, not even like me, like I was treated really badly because of being diabetic, but like even if you were just treated weirdly, or even if it wasn't even at work, if it was just like at school or whatever, even if you're like 5 years old and some little kid like teased you about it, um, it's really nice to know there are other people out there that are kind of going through the same thing you are, um, because it's not a nice feeling to be treated differently because you have something that you can't control. I can't control having diabetes. I can't control um, dealing with this. And I've had parents of my lesson kids, because I teach some lessons too, that have seen, because I'm a little overweight, have said that their kid has diabetes, and they're like, hey, my son teacher has diabetes too. And the parent has pulled the kid out of my class and said, my kid is not like you because she did not decide to have this disease. You earned it. And it was just like, sometimes people are mean. And I guess that's something we have to deal with every day when people don't understand what diabetes is. Bye.